So I came across this movie called Rim of the World on Netflix a couple nights ago, right? And I didn't really want to check it out, but I saw that it had like 5-star rating. So I was like, all right, cool, I can watch this. I'll watch anything over a 3-star rating without somebody telling me to do so, okay? So I'm watching the movie, and it's about these kids at a summer camp that when they were out on one of their trips, this fight broke out between, I'm guessing, the U.S. or the world and some aliens. It's one of your typical sci-fi alien invasion movie and whatnot. And so when they were in the woods and everybody had left, this fighter pilot, she ended up crashing. And she gave them this key. And she was like, you got to take this key to JBL. It's the only way to defeat the aliens, right? So it was basically, they had to get from where they were, like 200 miles to JBL so that they can do what they need to do to defeat the aliens. And on the most part, it was pretty cool. You know, I felt like I should have really enjoyed this movie. But it had a few problems with the movie. As far as the characters go, one of the characters, if y'all know that Vine star, King Bach, I think is what he called himself, he was in the movie, and I didn't know that he had really got into acting like that. I went and checked him out on the on IMDb, and he actually got a pretty nice little catalog going on. So shout outs to Vine, you know, to come up on Vine. But the 4 kids, okay, they had one kid, his name was Alex. He was a white kid. He was pretty smart. He was a nerd, and he never liked going out and anything. So the only reason he was at the camp, because his mom was like, you need to make some friends. And then this kid didn't even know how to ride a bike. Like, he was 12. I couldn't imagine being 12 years old and not knowing how to ride a bike. So they actually had to teach this dude how to ride a bike. And for lack of better words, he was able to figure it out pretty doggone quick. Then he had this one kid named Gabriel. I think he was Hispanic. Don't quote me on that. If I offend anybody, I apologize. But he was juvie. He was juvenile delinquent. He was always getting in trouble, you know, being places he wasn't supposed to be and all that good stuff. But where it kind of starts to get problematic was the last 2 characters. They had this girl. Her name was like Zen Zen. She was an Asian character, and I don't want to get too far into her character or whatnot because I don't want to give the movie away, but let's just say that her movie is based in a whole lot of stereotypes, okay? And I've read a few reviews, I've read some articles online. The Asian community is pretty upset at this movie. So if you got a Twitter account, go on Twitter, check it out, and like, the Asians is pretty upset. Now, the last character, Dariush, I think, and just by me saying that name, you already know what he is, all right? Black kid, and his first scene, like, he lives in like $1 million mansion. He got a butler. He got all. He's wearing like the rope chain necklace. He got on like the silk outfit, and he's dancing to rap music. And he is literally a walking epitome of what a black character is. And almost from the start, I was like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to, but I kept watching. Now, again, without giving too much away, his arc in the movie was actually pretty good because he was very selfish. He was very self-centered. He didn't care about nobody, anything, but that kind of changed towards the end. And depending on how you are when it comes to looking at some of the racial things that goes on in Hollywood, you may or may not be able to appreciate that. And so one more thing that I wanted to highlight in the movie before I give my rating, there was one part where they wanted to change, the kids all had to change clothes, I guess to like kind of like blend in, because they were actually being chased by an alien that was a pretty dope alien. Like, the alien had like regenerative power. So like, the alien got killed at least 4 times in the movie, and he just literally kept coming back to life. So there's some pieces of the movie that was actually pretty good. But they go into the store and they start looking for clothes, and all the kids come out rocking Adidas sweatsuits. It was literally like if all of Run DMC's, if all of their kids decided to make a movie, and it was the shell toes, the sweats, and then the little Asian girl had on the little headband, and that really jumped out at me. That really jumped out at me. So I don't know what Netflix, what their intent was with doing it. I don't know if they did this intentionally. I don't know if they just thought it was lighthearted fun. But I know I didn't appreciate it. I know it's a lot of people out there that watch this movie, they didn't appreciate it. And again, if you go on Twitter and look at some of the comments, there's some people that's calling this movie just flat out racist. Okay, now, like I said earlier, I feel like I should have enjoyed this movie. I really wanted to enjoy this movie, but I don't think I did. And even though this had a 5-star rating on Netflix, once I went and started looking at this online, IMDb, looking at customer reviews, looking at some of the critics, I'm going to have to kind of go in line with what I've been seeing as far as the critics. And I'm probably going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Probably should be less than that, but the movie, the script itself was actually pretty good. But all the stereotypes, it was very hard to get past the stereotypes. If you want to check it out, go check it out. But that's my review on this movie. I'll give you a next one in another couple of days. Appreciate it.